Hi everyone, hope you are doing well and welcome back to FARMAN Outdoors channel. Today I want to go over a couple quick and easy cuts for you guys to learn, especially if you are beginners, so that you are able to cut in your wood a little bit more efficiently and know how to control the blade a little bit better. Before we start video about different kind of carving cuts, please remember to click the subscribe button and ring the notification bell. This way you will not miss any of our carving videos and outdoors adventures. Your support keeps me going and I can't wait to hear what you think about these carving cuts. So stay tuned and let's dive into the video. So you have an overall safer experience. Today I'm going to be using a slice resistant gloves, which I do recommend for beginners, just to prevent yourself from accidentally hurting or cutting your fingers. Maybe you don't need them, but I'm just going to do it for purpose of the video. For today's video, to show you different kind of the whittling cuts, I'm going to use my favorite whittling knife from Beavercraft. Okay guys, we have a whittling knife and we have a piece of wood. The first basic cut is rough cut. Most of you guys are going to know how to do this because you did it as kids. You are basically just taking your blade and you are just like put at wood and you are just pushing. Pushing the knife all the way through the blade. Notice that when you are pushing all the way through, there is no regards for what's over here. You can hit it on anything over here. Whether it be finger, another person or something you just don't want to cut and damage. You can also damage your blade if you hit something hard. This is not normally ideal, especially if you are doing whittling, but it's common if you are removing large section of the wood really quickly. Just mind where the blades flying. The second basic cut is push cut. It's more controlled version. Now for this we are going to hold the knife in our dominant hand and this is just going to be our control. With our off hand that's holding the block of wood here, all the pushing I'm doing is done with my left hand's thumb. So I am literally pushing it through. And I am also rotating and controlling the blade with my right hand. This allows the blade to slice through the wood and it gives you a better and a cleaner cut. Instead of just like pushing your blade through. Now this is a much safer version to doing like a rough cut, because when you are pushing it through, notice this, as far as I am able to push the blade is the maximum range of movement this knife, and my finger out of the way, so it's not very likely that I'm going to cut myself. It usually ends up with a nice and a light flattish cut. The next cut is a sweeping cut. An alternative version to this, what I have been calling like a sweep cut, or I have seen other people call it too. You kind of cut in more downward angled into the wood, and then you kind of sweep forward and you create like a little AG pattern. So I like to push into the wood and then I kind of flatten it out and like that. One more. Yeah. And then I create this nice little sweeping cut right here. It's great for adding details in here, or if you just want to more like as an organic look to certain curves or something like that. So you are just pushing in and then you are rotating the blade to go along with the wood grain and take advantage of the wood grain going up and down very easy little cut. I like to use it a lot. Another useful cut that you are going to use a lot is what called a stop cut. Essentially all this stop cut is you push the blade right into the wood like that. Let me show it. Just right into the wood. And you create this little wedge right here. Yeah, this one. What this does is when you combine it with the push cut here, like that, the blade will go up to that stop cut and stop. We feel it, yes? Yes. One more. Like that. It stop. Yes. And then what it gives you is a nice little ledge there, here, which looks like the human nose. So this is very useful, especially if you are creating like a face. You can see right now I have the start of nose here. That's just 3 cuts to be included the stop cut. First one, second one, and included the stop cut, the third one. So literally 3 cuts and I have the start of the face, which is very useful and quite efficient. Usually you are going to be doing a lot of stop cuts. It's very useful way to add detail and control where your blade is going to go into the wood. Another popular option that a lot of people do is what called a pairing cut. So your normal push cut, you are pushing away from you. Yes, but the pairing cut, you will have the blade coming towards you, and this is fine. I know a lot of people in place, like especially in a Boy Scouts, they don't ever have the blade coming at you. That's because usually kids are just taking the blade and they are pulling it forwards them. That's not what we are doing here. We are creating a very controlled cut with the blade coming towards you. So now what I'm doing here is I'm having my thumb, which is kind of like the press for my hand, putting in the spot where the blade will not be coming out. Okay, I'm putting the blade on the wood and I'm taking my hand, I'm just squeezing it. you are doing is like you are squeezing your hands shut. That's all you are doing for painting card, and it's very controlled. You can see that it will not come anywhere near me. It's not going to come at me also. The range of movement of this blade is limited, and you are seeing that. Alright, the next one we are going to do here is a V-cut. And I see this in two different options. First one is basically like two angled of opposing stop cuts, and it creates like a V-wedge. Let me show it to you. The first one, first cut here. The second cut here. Yes, like that. Let me do one more. First cut here. And second cut here. Yeah, like that. And this is useful again for making face of the human. You will also see it for like a lot creation little geometric patterns. You can do V-cuts all up here, and you create a neat little pattern effect going on there. The another version of the V-cut is creating like a trench in the side of the wood. So this is very much like chip carving. I'm going to stick the blade in at an angle and kind of just drag it, yeah, towards me, and then I'm going to flip it around, and I'm going to mirror that cut. Okay, to mirror that cut. Okay. Let's take out the wood. Yes, perfect. So it creates a neat little trench in here. I see this is great for a lot of like floral or vine patterns or anything like that. You can create looks of leaves that are indented into the wood. It's a great extra method for cutting the wooden for in a controlled cut. Yeah. Finally, the last one we are going to do here, it's called a stop cut or pyramid cut. Basically, we are going to create a centralized cut using multiply cuts. So I'm going to do it with this one with 3, and it's gonna kind of turn out to look like an inverted pyramid when I'm done here. So okay, let me take it out. So at the end you can see that this part kind of comes off as a chip. Yes, and it looks like a small pyramid kind of. Yeah, then you have here like it an indentation. You can do more sides like 4, 8 or something like that, and you create more of a rounded look. I see people doing this with creating iris fall like ice and whatnot. So it's another great option, adding detail into your wood, and it's very simple, very much like chip carving. It will help you create nearly anything that you want to do to create extra patterns. Those cuts are the basic for whittling. If you master all those cuts, you can literally carve anything you want with just your knife. It's very easy to do, super simple, and I do recommend you guys practicing them whenever you get the chance. Alright, as always, thank you for watching everybody, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And if this video was really useful for you, don't forget the like button, thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you so much. Stay safe, stay wild.